Welcome back. I thought it was about time I had a look at groups because they've changed quite a bit since version 1, which is what we're looking at the moment. So just to remind you, we had these kind of windows. So if you wanted to edit something, you had to go inside it. You had disband, disassociate. You had the ability to, let's close that, take a selection like this and go merge into group. And you'd have a new group, which could be selected, and they'd appear in this library here with their names and all that. And you would use this library to populate if you were copying, say, a chorus or something. And there was another place too under project. Yeah, so we could go to the other group and set a different voice for it, and you could also navigate to groups, and there's keyboard shortcuts for that. And that was the old groups. So let's have a look at the new groups. Right, the first thing we notice is there's no more library. And there's also, if I select these and I want to make them into a group, that no longer is there. The only thing left is merge groups and unlink group. Under project, you can still set your voices and you can still navigate. And the way it works now is these are the groups, these parts like you have in your DAW. This group is called Vocals SIA Funk, and that's the whole group as it stands. But now what I can do, of course, is I can right click on here and I can split the group. And now I have a new group here, which is where everything is contained at the moment. And I can split it again if I like. Split group. Okay. So now I have 3 groups. This one's empty. This one's called SAA Funk R, and then this is RR. And obviously I can change the name of that. So I'm going to call it, I'll call it verse. And then this one I will call verse 2. So what can we do? Well, we can hold Alt and drag, and this will now copy that. And what happens is you can see here, you get the little chain links to say that these are linked. So these are linked groups now, which means that if I play this one,
I feel it's for the best.
And then I jump to this one,
I feel it's for the best.
And if I was to change this note up,
I feel it's for the best.
And if I go back to this one, it's done the same thing here. That is obviously the link factor. Now, if I want to disable this and have this one unique so I can change it, that's where you can right click on it and say unlink group. And now you have your original one, and then this is put a little star beside verse to let you know that it's been unlinked. And I can change this, and if you watch this one, you'll see nothing happens. All right, so this has gone up to, so it's way up, and that one's not moving at all. So, mission accomplished. So obviously this is a lot quicker and easier, and you can copy and paste these too. So if I delete that and I hit Control C, and then my playhead will determine where it gets pasted. And I'm pretty sure you can paste on another track as well. Yeah, let's duplicate the track. If I, let's unlink this, unlink group. And if I hit Control C, and then I select this, Control V, no, still goes the same place. Oh, and it's linked. Right, so those two are linked now, but not to that one. So you can see the power of that. If you've done an audio to MIDI and you've got, say, chorus that repeats 10 times at the end of a song, you don't have to keep typing all the words in because it's come up with gobbledygook. So you can do a good chorus at the front with all the correct words and then just copy and paste that. The other thing about groups now is that if I were to see this big note here, if I was to shrink this group, that obviously cuts the sound off. As soon as it goes out of the group, it says no more sound. And you can actually see it. It's pretty abrupt. Although there's a slight delay, it's just a hard cut out. And so you have to extend your group to be bigger. The reason this is important to know is that not everybody uses audio to MIDI. So if I wanted to add a new word to the end of this, right? So I want to go back down to this note here and extend this, get my drawing tool and start drawing that in. I want it to last that long. I will change that to a minus. Okay, now. There you go. It's got to be in the group to be heard, basically. Okay, and what other thing was there? Under the modify, you have the unlinked group, so we know about that. I've made a copy, and they're linked, so I've got unlinked there. Merge groups, of course. If I wanted to merge this and this group for whatever reason, just select them both, and I can do that. And now this is called merged. The other difference, which is cool, is now you can split the groups and you can alternate your vocalists, right? So starting here with Liam. So if I select this one and right click, I can now set this to Solaria. And then I'll have the two of them.
I feel it's for the best. This time I won't hold back.
I need to put things right.
Just wish I...
So we can boost Solaria up an octave. So that's changed. It's now control and up arrow to do that. You can see. Okay.
I feel it's for the best. This time I won't hold back.
I need to put things right.
Just wish I knew what to say.
And then you can navigate as well. And I forgot what the keyboard shortcut is. Let's go have a look. Shortcuts. Projects. Groups. Here we go. Go to previous group. I have to click to assign it. And next group. So let us choose, what do I use for this sort of thing? Can I do control and right arrow? Go to next group. Click to assign. Control cursor left, right, and go to previous. Click to assign. Control cursor left. Okay, you don't have to save anything, just exit. And now I can, yeah, perfect. I can whip between them. So groups have become a lot more useful in version 2, a lot easier to navigate and just quicker to use all around. The last thing to mention, of course, is if you have automation in your parameters, right? So if I had something in there like this, when I make a copy, that goes along as well, which is absolutely necessary. I can't remember if it did it in the last version. I never used groups because I found them too awkward. But they are much more efficient now and easier and make sense. And it's kind of like parts in your DAW now, which is just so much easier to get your head around. So you don't have to think of it. They're called groups, but really they're just parts now. And you can mess about with these. You can reorder them just like you do in your DAW. So if I wanted them to repeat this, I could basically select these two and move them out of the way, and this repeats. And then, this is how we like to work. Previously in version 1, you could not do this kind of thing. Or if you could, it was a nightmare because you didn't have your blocks snapping, and et cetera, et cetera. Anyway, hopefully you found this useful. And if you have any power user ideas for using groups, please stick them in the comments. Okay, I will see you soon.
So let the rolls roll through the room, ignite the air.